What's up, y'all? I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for coming back for yet another week. So listen, I'm sorry it's been a little while since I put a video out. I actually have been in Israel for the last 10 days. Just got back yesterday, really early in the morning, trying to get myself recovered. You can probably hear I have a little bit of a cold here I'm fighting. But either way, I need to get some content out. And I also, as you can probably tell, need to get my grass mowed. This was mowed, I think 12 days ago. I'll put the exact number of days, on the screen here to let you see. But St. Augustine this time of year is growing a little bit slow. We've had some cold spells while I was gone, so I got saved a little bit there. But certainly I'm overgrown. Especially when you come to this part of the lawn, which is the Bermudastine. I'm gonna start calling it that. It's a Bermuda St. Augustine mix. I'm gonna start calling it Bermudastine. I'm kind of stealing that from Real Low Dad because he's growing some blue muta, which is Kentucky bluegrass and Bermuda grass at his house. So I'm gonna start calling this Bermudastine. But the Steen part, the St. Augustine part, is actually Floratam, which is, as far as I know, the fastest growing, tallest growing St. Augustine there is. So it's super overgrown. And what that means is I'm gonna get a really good chance right now to see how the new time cutter mulches in overgrown grass. So that's part of what's gonna be in this video. As well as I've got a brand new soil test to roll out, and I'm gonna show you guys all about that and give you some content on that. And then I always throw in a couple other things. So without further ado, let me give you the timestamps of this video so you can skip to the part that you like the best right here. And so with that, I hope you enjoy this video. Blue skies and sunshine wherever you are. Let's get right out into the lawn. Now over by here on this side, this is the Empire Zoysia right here, and I'm actually going up against my neighbor here who has Floratam St. Augustine and a lot of nutsedge. But we actually fertilized his lawn before I left. It looks a lot better. I don't know how it's gonna show up on the video. I did some befores, but we went ahead and hit his lawn with some weed and feed, the Sunny Lamb with atrazine. I'll show you a few clips. I'll show you a few clips of that, and then maybe tomorrow I'll get with him and we'll do some better after shots as well. There he is, Mike making his first appearance. His first. Look at these guns. All right, so.
Actually, it's not my first.
It's your first official appearance. We'll call it. It'll be before and after.
I put water on it.
You have to hold it up. You can't show me it this low because I'm shaped like a bowling pin. People don't know that. No, I'm actually gonna hit it with exactly what I tell everyone to start with when they start. There we go. So this has atrazine in it, which...
It doesn't fit. The glove doesn't fit.
It must have quit.
It must have quit.
It's a weed and feed, so you're gonna get fertilizer out of it, but it also has atrazine in it, which is a weed control. All right, so you have St. Augustine grass and a lot of nutsedge. This won't kill the nutsedge, but it will definitely get the St. Aug popping, but you gotta water it. Yeah, see, we have plenty of soil moisture now. I can feel it, so that's good. From the rains we've had. Oh yeah, it feels good.
Well, I watered it this morning.
Oh, you watered this morning?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Okay, so good. So you have good soil moisture. All you got to do now is throw it down. Here. I got you, bro. Here you go, my friend. Look at you, man, Mr. Strongman. All right. Pull up when you hit the edge. And then when you get to here, stop it. See that?
Yeah.
There's no more coming out. Oh boy, he's just going crazy now. Right through the screen. You're gonna run out. Oh boy, we're gonna have stripes all over this backyard. Is there any in there still?
Oh yeah.
It's still coming out at the bottom. See it? Oh boy, go ahead. Burp. You gotta make that sound when it happens. That's the burp sound. Oh yeah. You sure you want me to publish this? Is this the first time you ever done this? It looks like it.
Well, I usually use the hand one.
Oh, okay, so it is the first time you used one of these.
Well, when I was a kid.
Uh-oh, here we go again. Burp. Oh, you gotta remember to shut it off when you stop. Oh, circle dance. See, you do a circle dance naturally. It's a natural thing. Yeah, do it. That's a circle dance. Yeah, kick it out of there. Okay, you have to water now.
Right away?
Well, yeah, you want to water. Oh, no. There it is. Do-si-do your partner. Yeah, the color's looking good. And back here is where he had some burps. And I don't think it's going to show up on the camera, but it's a little uneven in the greening here. Definitely down over here. You can see a spot right there. That's a burp. Maybe right there. Burp. Burp. Yeah, see, definitely when you come back over here, you can see where it's a little bit darker in through there. That's just poor application technique. Again, we were kind of screwing around and he's learning, but I don't know, maybe we'll keep working on it. Have a little fun with his lawn this year. And instead of having domination, maybe what we'll do is we'll just make it completely green all the way across, and we'll just dominate everybody way down there, and we'll just turn this dark green all the way around. You know, that way we can work together to dominate. 2 homes dominating is better than 1, right? So I just want to show you, this is the new soil kit that we came out with through my company Yard Mastery, and it works very similar to the soil test that we used to use last year. It shows you actually available nutrients, what's available right now in your soil. And if you wonder how that technology works, I know some of you are a little bit more advanced and you're like, Alan, how come this works the way it does, or where was it developed and why? I'll link below to a PDF that you're welcome to download that kind of talks about the history of this technology, who invented it, and why we use it. But the idea here is to make it very simple for DIYers. No complicated math or anything like that. You just get your soil samples and go. I'm going to show you first though, before we get into the kit itself, I want to show you first how to take good soil samples. And I'm going to do that over at my project lawn. I've actually got 2 areas at my church that are going to be a project lawn that I'm going to be starting next week. And I'm going to go ahead and start that out with some soil samples. So let's get over there and check it out. Okay, so here we are. This is actually project lawn number 1 here. This is Bermuda. This is at my church, Bayside Community Church, over by here in Bradenton, Florida. And I've measured this. I think it's like 8,000 square feet. I'll put it up on the screen. I'll do another measurement when I start doing, you know, full video and all that. But the long and the short of it is, when you start doing soil testing, the first thing you want to do obviously is take your samples, and you want to get a good 7 to 10 samples. Now, this is one section here, you know, it's one large area. Now, if you had a residential area, you might have front, back, and sides. And it's okay if you're going to treat the front and the back and the sides with the same program, the same fertilizer, that kind of stuff, then you would take 7 to 10 samples from the entire thing. So you might do 3 in the front, 1 on each side, and 3 in the back, for example. The soil from your back to your front really should not vary that much. Now, if you are going to treat the lawns differently, if you're going to do different programs in back and front, then you'd want to do a separate test for each one. Now, as far as tools that you want to use, I mean, the simplest thing is any old shovel that you have. I actually have a little soil on here I'm going to clean off. You don't want to have it contaminated, but any old shovel's fine. You just want to get between 4 and 7 inches down, because that's where the roots of your grass are going to be. This is called a yard butler. It's like a plug maker. Plugger, that's fine. There's another one called Pro Plugger. I mean, whatever you got to use to get down into the soil, but usually a shovel is going to be the easiest thing, and it's going to be something that all of you have at home. Another thing you can learn while taking your soil samples is, you know, what's actually down underneath there. I actually keep finding a lot of like pieces of seashells, which is pretty normal here in Florida. Grass will grow right around them, especially Bermuda, but pretty interesting. All right, there we go. I'm gonna take that home and mix it all up and pick through it. But we got one more area to do over on the other side over there. All right, so here's our second area. This is the zoysia. This is much larger. So we're gonna do a full 10 samples from here. By the way, I'm gonna get representative samples. So we're gonna do 10. So I'm gonna do some around the edges. I'll probably do 6 around the edges and then 4 in the middle. So I'm running into a lot of rocks here with this soil, so I'm gonna go back to the shovel because the Pro Plugger just doesn't do well, obviously getting through rocks, whereas a shovel, I can shimmy it around them, so. Okay, so you have your sample soil. Now you see I got quite a bit here, but it doesn't really matter because we're gonna mix it all together, and that's the first thing you wanna do is all of the samples that you had, you wanna get them good and mixed up. Now, you're gonna open up your kit. So these are the instructions that come with it. You know, obviously you want to read all of these, but what's in these instructions is kind of what I'm going to show you here. So it's best to read these and then follow along. This is your postage paid envelope. This is what everything's going back in. So we're going to put that aside for now. And then you're going to see we have here. Now the first thing is, this is important to write down your kit number. Your registration number will also be here on your instructions, and you want to make sure that you go to yardmastery.com/soil-kit and register your kit right there. That way you can get your results. Without this number, it's going to be very difficult for you to get your results. So don't lose that. And then of course it's also on here, and then when this goes back to the lab, this is how they know to match it up. And then this is the scoop. You want to fill this up with soil. This is how you know you have enough soil, is that when this is full. I'll show you what I mean. The other thing is you can reuse this box here because we have all of our soil here, and what we're going to do is we're going to get a representative sample and put it in this box where we're then going to clean it and make sure that, you know, we don't have any foreign debris. I'll show you. So you'll see I'm just removing any kind of organic material, mostly roots that you can see, or any grasses or any rocks like here. So here's a piece of a shell. Again, Florida soil, lots of pieces of shells. You want to get that stuff out of there because you want this sample to be as pure soil as you can get it. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, take the extra time and do that. And that's what this box is perfect for, that, because you can just kind of get through and see. Plus, it's just good to put your hands in your dirt. Help you understand the composition of your soil. Is it sticky and clay, or is it more like this? It's kind of sandy, loamy. You know, it's just good to get your hands in your soil, and this is an easy way to do that. Also, fun project to do with your kids, because they can help you collect these samples and then obviously send it in and then come back and look at the results, and makes like a little science project that you can do. Now, here's what's fun about this. So there's water in here, but the other thing that's in here is a nutrient absorbing capsule, and this is really the science behind this entire process here. Is what you see, that capsule, as you put your dirt in there, that capsule or that resin inside of that capsule is going to absorb nutrients while this is in the mail heading back. That way when it gets there to the lab, it's already ready for them to analyze it, because the resin inside that capsule has absorbed the nutrients directly from the soil. So now that I've got this soil pretty well cleaned up here, got almost all the organic material out of it, at least the stuff that I can see, I'm going to go ahead and get one level scoop here. And if I see any extra, you know, debris or roots in there, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those at the same time. Now, you don't have to pack this in, just get it in there. But you don't have to pack it tight or anything. Just get it in there and level it off. Oh, there's another root. Pour that in there, just like that. Put the top back on. Now you're ready to go. Now that's ready to go. You just drop that in the mail and you're good to go. Now in my next video, what I'm gonna do is take you through how to read the soil test, because it can be a little bit confusing for some folks. Some people panic, they think things are bad or good or whatever, but also our soil test specifically is going to recommend products that are actually available in our store. If you guys get university tests or most any other soil tests that you get, they come back with super generic recommendations like go get a 4600 or an organic 0010 or I don't know, all kind of weird things, stuff you just can't find anywhere. Our test doesn't do that. It's actually going to give you recommendations from either, if you want to go liquid, it'll give you recommendations from the Greene County fertilizer line, or if you want to go granular, it'll give you recommendations directly from the Carbon Earth line. Stuff that you can actually get and put into action right away. So that'll be in the next video. We'll kind of show you how to do that, how to interpret, and then how to go from there. In the meantime, these soil tests, again, these are going on my project lawns. I've got one that's Bermuda and one that's Zoysia, and those are going to start in the next week or so. Once I get these tests back, I'll start walking you through that, and we're going to take those step by step over the season. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Okay, let's go take a look and see how it is. I did a couple passes here and I went slow, and then I did a couple passes on the other side of the floor tan where it's really thick and I went faster. So let's check it out. So first thing is, obviously, you don't want to get it all over your sidewalks like this. I'm still not perfectly, you know, in tune with using this machine, still learning, and I'll show you how overgrown we are. But look at these small bits. This is what we talk about with mulching. See how small these little tiny bits are? Look at that. There's like no big grass blades in there at all. Well, there's a few. So you can find a few here and there that kind of escape. Like that. But for the most part, and again, I know this is messy. This is actually kind of panicking me. I'm probably going to blow it off into the lawn here. Should have done an edging pass first. Anyway, but look at that. That's just super small little bits. That's what mulching's all about. So we'll go and look at that in a second. Let's go here. The sun's not going to cooperate, and I don't think the wind is either. So I'll try to hold this where it's out of the wind. But this is where I was going slower, and this is a single pass. Let's take a look. So you can see maybe slight bit of clumping. Not really too bad. And I would do a double cut anyway. When it's this overgrown, I'm going to do a double cut with any mower. So this is only the first pass, and you could see a few bits are missed here and there. It'll give you an idea of how much we're cutting off. Now let's go over here. It's early in the morning. It's terrible to mow in the morning here because of the light and the shadows. So going faster, you're gonna see missed quite a bit more. But again, when it's overgrown, you shouldn't be flying through it anyway, and you have to be double cutting. So either way, just something cool to look at. Over here in the Bermuda-stein, I don't see really too much clumping. A little bit here, see? A little bit there, but not much. So there you go. I'm gonna blow all of this excess garbage off of these sidewalks because that's gonna really bother me. And then I'm gonna go enjoy the mow and we'll get on to the rest of the video. Oh yeah, terrible, just terrible. So here I am in Israel, literally right now on the banks of the Sea of Galilee. If you're a Christian or someone of faith like that, you definitely know the importance and the significance of the Sea of Galilee. This is where Jesus walked on the water. On the shores he fed the 5,000. Many miracles performed here, so it's a beautiful place. Not a lot of grass here, but a lot of the plants that are grown here in Israel in general are very similar to those that I find growing around my house in Florida. Now, I don't know a lot about trees and shrubs and things like that, but I will say that one of my favorite trees in the world is grown here, and one that I hope to grow someday, and that is the sycamore tree, because the sycamore is well known because of the world's most famous short guy, Zacchaeus, who climbed up in a sycamore tree to see the Lord in Jericho, which is over by the Dead Sea, and we were over there earlier on in the week. Now, I'm sure you're interested in what kind of grass they're growing here, and I'll talk about that in a minute. I want to do a little weed identification first though, so here we go. Most of you will recognize this. This is henbit. This is a winter annual. Now we're here in February. Temperatures have been in the 50s and 60s here. So henbit germinates in the fall time, shows up in the fall, and then you'll see it in the spring starting to flower, and here it is. So we have henbit in the States everywhere, and you can see it here. This is a very large henbit plant here. Looks like some dandelions coming in here already. Got that nice long taproot hanging down over by there. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, oh boy. Hey. Look at that taproot, John Perry. Now I've seen a lot of this, and because of this seed head, I'm gonna guess this is some sort of Poa annua or Poa trivialis coming up here. It's just kind of funny that no matter where you go and what part of the world, there's always weeds that will try to invade your beautiful grass. So if you want to know what kind of grass this is, I am pretty sure it's Bermuda. It's been a little chilly here in the 50s, so it's kind of in and out of its dormant period here. And that's the other reason why I really do believe this is Poa annua coming in here, because we see the same thing. The latitude here in Israel is very similar to the latitude right across the Carolinas, and so that's why you'll see Bermuda with Poa annua in it, just like my friends in the Carolinas are seeing. Look at that sunset, it's beautiful. There it is, there's the legs, and you can see the green leaves on the top. I keep putting it into the sun because it's so beautiful. Definitely stoloniferous and rhizonomous here. Some rhizomes there, a couple 2-tree stolons going across. Just creeping, spreading out, taking ground. Right next to the Sea of Galilee. I haven't seen any of the maintenance going on, but we're getting a little bit of clumps here in the cutting, and you can see it's already creating a little thin spot right there from that clump sitting there. Now this is definitely got to be leveled. I'm gonna have to do a little sand leveling. I don't know if they have lawn care nuts over here in Israel, but still a nice patch. This is actually the only pretty patch of grass I've seen all week. Couple 2-tree other little spots, but so I did want to stop here, not to make fun of, not to call out the people that do maintenance here at the hotel, but you can see they mow in the exact same pattern and direction every single time, because you can see literally there's ruts in here, and so they just keep going and going and going, and so now it's a low spot and a high spot. So scalping, not scalping, because this is low, higher scalping, lower, not scalping, higher scalping, lower, not scalping. So that's what happens when you continually mow in the same direction. And they're definitely using commercial equipment here. I haven't seen any of it out, but for sure they are, because that's why you're getting these ruts. That's why it's so important to vary your mowing patterns. Every single week, go a different way. Even if it's uncomfortable for you, you need to do it, especially if you're using larger commercial equipment or something that's a little bit heavier, you know, 500, 600 plus pounds. Very important to vary your mow patterns. So there you go, guys. I hope this video has been helpful to you, or at least maybe a little bit inspiring. I can tell you that this trip here to Israel has definitely been inspiring to me, even life-changing. So with that, I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the lawn.